So what is good, people? Welcome to another investing video. In this video, we are continuing our Investing $1 a Day series. This time we are in episode 35, which means we need to have a minimum of $245 invested into each asset. So jumping right into metals, metals have gone down a little bit since our last episode, but it's still way higher than where it was when I made my last investment. So if we take a look at how much I have invested in gold, $184.26, $72.28 in silver, and a total investment of $256.54. If we look at the value of that investment, we got $206.24 for gold, $87.36 for silver, for a total value of $293.60. So we're still way up. We're way up in metals. As I said before, metals dropped down a little bit. You can actually see here on the chart the little drop down that we've had in both gold and silver, but they're still up way higher than our last investments, which were our last investment with gold was back. Actually, no, I think it was right here, wasn't it? Last investment in gold, and then no, it would have been here. It had to be. Because otherwise, you know what? I can't even remember. It's been like 2 weeks since I've done one of these. But it's probably here, their last investment. But anyway, last investment in silver was way back here. So the prices have gone up incredibly since then. So even though they've gone down a little bit, we're still way up. And we are actually at 256. So we still don't need to make another investment yet because we have to be at 245 for this current episode. So I'm not going to do anything with metals during this episode, but we are still way up. We're still way up in metals, and that is a very good thing. If we jump into stocks, so over the week, we're down by basically 1%, just about $3. So we're basically breaking even on all our stocks. If we jump into Bitcoin, remember this is the free Bitcoin that I got from Robinhood Earn. Bitcoin itself is up by 2.35% over the week, and we are actually still sitting at $1.60 is our total. Our profit is 66 cents, which is a 65.5% return. So a huge return on that Bitcoin that I got for free. I am still going to leave it alone. I'm not doing anything with it just yet, but I will eventually put it into one of the other stocks. If we go to Starwood Property Trust, we can see that we are down by 4.77% over the week. If we take a look at our total return, we're up by $1.81, which is a 9.49% return. The analysis is sitting at 57% buy with a 42.9% hold. Don't think that changed much since the previous episode. And it looks like we had a dividend payment that would have been back in April. So nothing recent, no recent dividend payments. This is a quarterly dividend, so it might still be another month or two before we get our next dividend payment. But overall, we are still way up. We're up by 9%, almost 10% for Starwood Property Trust. So things are looking good there. If we go to EOG Resources, so over the week, we're down by 3.62%. But our overall return is $2.81, which is a 2.28% profit. So even though the stocks are looking bad in recent news, we're still way up overall. Now, if we take a look at the analysis has dropped a bit. It is at a 47% buy with a 52.9% hold. So that is a bit of a drop. And there is some news, as you can see. If you're following this on Robinhood as well, you can jump in and see what the news is about. I am still not looking to make any changes yet, not for a little while. I'm still going to hang on to EOG Resources. Now, if we take a look at our history, so this is another one where we have not gotten any recent dividend payments. Last one was back in April. This one is also, I believe, a quarterly dividend, so we won't be seeing anything anytime soon. But overall, we are still up on EOG Resources. If we jump into QYLD, so we can see that QYLD is up by 1.31% over the week. Our total return is 16 cent, which is a 0.26% return. So we are finally seeing QYLD turn around, and we are finally in profit. If we take a look at our history, there was a dividend payment at the end of May of 56 cents, and we are right in the beginning of June right now. So it'll be a little while before we see another dividend payment, but 56 cents is really good. It is down on the 59 cent that we got back in April, but it's not down by much. But that is a pretty good dividend for only having, how much do I have? Oh, $61. So I only have $61 in QYLD, and I'm getting 56 cents a month, which is pretty good. If we jump into our next stock, ARMOUR Residential REIT. So over the week, we are up by 2.15%. Our total return is a loss of $1.15, which is a loss of 2.5%. So that loss is actually getting less and less with each episode, which is really good. The analysis, they finally brought an analysis back up for this. So it's at a 100% hold. I don't think I've ever even seen that before, 100% hold. So they are saying to just basically hold on to it. If we take a look at our history, we did get a stock lending payment of 1 cent. That was June 7th. So that was yesterday. Stock lending payment of 1 cent. And the dividend payout was 54 cents. That would have been at the end of last month. So towards the end of this month, we should see another dividend payment as well. And this is a monthly dividend stock, which is the reason why we hold it. Overall, we are down by 2%, but I think the monthly dividends is making up for that. And if we take a look at our very last stock, which is Coney, so we are down by 6.5% over the week for Coney. If we look at our total return, we are down by 35 cents, which is a loss of 5%. So since the price is going down, I think it is good that I am buying into it as the price is going down. If we take a look at our dividend, however, so I bought my first little bit of this, it would have been 2 weeks ago, May 20th, and already I got a dividend payment of 57 cents. So it's pending right now because the market is closed right now, so it's pending. But man, 52 cents just from holding $7 in this stock. That is a really high return. It's about 8%. This is a monthly dividend stock. So can you imagine making 8% a month on a dividend stock? That is incredible. So that is why I actually bought into Coney, and I am going to put another $7 into Coney because I am trying to build this one up. So I'm going to do a market buy. Now the market is closed right now, so I'm most likely just going to have to leave it pending until it is done. So that is going to be queued up. So that is our week for stocks. All in all, most of our stocks we are up on, and it's only 2 that we're down on. But everything else is looking good. And the 2 that we're down on are paying monthly dividends. So that is still a huge win. Overall, we are at 269 of our value for the stocks. And that's actually really good considering that we should be at 245 for our total value in stocks of how much we've invested. But that 245 has turned into $269. So we're looking good. It's a really good profit overall. Not as good as metals because metals is sitting at 293, but that is a very recent development that metals having to outpace stocks. So now let's jump into crypto. So if we take a look at DEX Finance, I actually have not been jumping into US DEX. So I have a US DEX stake. It's the ES US DEX, and I think I had $28 from when they switched over to this new platform. And so that $28 is now down to $13.63. I have a principal release of $19.08, and I've earned $1.21. So I'm sitting at over $20 that I can claim right now from this stake if I wanted to. It is still earning a 12%, and that's 12% on the 1363. So I'm still not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to still leave it in for now. But eventually, I think once I get everything finally paid out from that old system, it's going to be over $30. We're looking at, right now, if they were to pay me out everything right now, we're looking at about $35. So that's going to be $28 that turned into $35, but I think it may even be more than that. It did take quite a bit of time for this to happen, but it's still great to see the money grow like that. So we are way up on our USDEX stake. If we actually check out the vaults, we go to my USDEX plus USDC vault, and we are sitting at a deposit of $34.72. It is actually worth $35.07, so we've jumped up. We have a yield of $1.26. That's a 3.63% yield, and our profit, our P&L, profit and loss, is 1% at 35 cents. So we are way up. We're up by 3% from the last time we deposited. And you can see I'm sitting at $35.07 total invested. So things are looking good. The APR is down to 25.29%, or the APY. It's down quite a bit. It was at like 60-something% when I first put money into this, but 25% is still really good. Still a great return. And for now, I don't really have any other plans. Like, there's not a lot of stablecoin farms out there that are paying this much. And if there are some that are paying more than this, it's very limited. It's usually for like maybe a few weeks. So for now, I'm going to leave my stake in here, and I'm going to actually add another $7 onto it. And I'll do that until if I find another really good, solid stablecoin yield, then I will move my money into that. But for now, I'm fine with the 25%. But before I do that, let's jump into SushiSwap. So if you remember, a few weeks ago, I put $235 into SushiSwap. It was in this USDC ETH pool. It is now sitting at $283. So it was a huge jump. The APR was over 100% back then. It's down to 38% now. But it was a combination of that really high APR plus ETH just doing really well because of the ETH ETF rumors. And so that actually jumped things up all the way up to ETH sitting at a new all-time high because of it. So I am doing really good with my ETH position right now. However, that 38%, even though it's more than what I was doing with my other vault, this is a stable vault, a stable coin vault, so I expect this one to be low. I want my ETH vault to be high. I want my ETH yields to be high. So I'm going to switch this to a different position. I want to keep the coins, and I don't want to switch it to, right now it's on the Scroll network. I don't really want to do the hassle of switching it to a new network. So I did see, let me see if I can find it again. I did see a good version 3 pool that was the exact same coins, and it was on the Scroll network. So let me pull that up real quick. And here it is. No, here it is. This is it right here. So you got USDC ETH, and it's 51%. So it's just a little bit more. It's 20% more, but that's still 20% more. So I actually want to try out the V3 pools because I haven't had anything in V3 yet. So I want to try it out to see what kind of statistics that it shows, because the old V2 ones don't really give you a lot of information. So what I will need to do is I will need to migrate from V2 to V3. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to jump off screen, take care of that, and then add $7 to my other pool and then come back. All right, so I am done. As you can see, I have $42.09 deposited into this pool now, and it jumped up with the P&L, put me at 21%. I'm sure that's going to even out as the days go by to something that makes a little bit more sense. But that is our move for crypto. Now, when it comes to the vault here, for some reason, I wasn't able to migrate my funds over. So I had to manually withdraw everything and put it into the new vault. But it is set up. You can see it here. This is the new position, $283.94. If I actually jump into it, I can see all of the actual data here. Of course, there's nothing to see right now, but in the next episode, we will be able to see fees and rewards, and you can actually already see some of the fees that I've claimed or some of the fees that I've earned already, which is actually really cool. That was, it's only been a few minutes and already I'm earning from it. And so we will see how that looks in our next episode. So quick recap, we are way up on crypto. My $235 is sitting at $283 on here. I am up by $1.26 on here. And I am up by, gosh, how much was it? I think it was about $5 on here. So needless to say, everywhere in crypto, we are up. If we look at stocks, we are up on everything but 2 stocks. All the other stocks are up except for those 2. So we're up on stocks as well. I think it was QYLD and our residential REITs. Those are the ones where we were down overall, but we're up overall on all the other ones. And then finally with metals, we are way up. We're up really high on metals, up by about $40, which is really good. Really, really good. So all in all of my investments are looking great here on this series, which is great to see because I did have some issues with Project 79 and some issues with WarFi trading bots. If you have not looked at my last video on what's going on with WarFi. So it's nice to see that these investments are doing well. These are the ones that are doing solid and making me some money. So that is pretty much it for this episode. If you have any questions, any investments that you want me to take a look at, as always, just go ahead, leave them in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.